Okay, kids. So today you're going to learn a little bit about something we call perspective. Perspective is the way we see things, the way our eyes see distance and space. And in this case, we're going to be doing something called one-point perspective. And the reason we call it that is because of actually what you can see in this picture. So in this picture, we can see a city street with some buildings, some trees, and some cars. And if you look carefully, as I do this, I'm just going to trace the line of the curb right here, the edge of the road. Okay, it goes all the way out here. Now I'm going to trace this one. Then I'm going to trace the middle line of the road. And I'm going to trace the top of the buildings, or at least a lot of them. And maybe I'll trace the top of the trees. And maybe I'll follow the lines of the scaffolding right here. And the lines of the windows right here. And maybe some of these cars. And you should start to see that all these lines, they end up at one point. 1 point perspective. Okay? So it's where all the edges of things seem to go together to one spot. That spot right there where they all kind of vanish to, that's called the vanishing point, or VP. Okay, so I'm going to turn the page here and look at that. Vanishing point is where things vanish. Punto de fuga, donde las cosas se desvanecen. Hopefully I said that right. Okay, and then you have this line here in this picture. Picture yourself standing on a beach. The edge of the ocean is the same way. Okay, this is called the horizon line. It's kind of where the sky meets the ground. Okay, and the dot, or the VP, the vanishing point, is always on that line. Then you have these things. See, I drew two shapes here. We have these lines that make the shape into a three-dimensional object or form. Okay, so we're using this process to make things look 3D. Okay, and you'll notice that these lines, they're called guidelines. They always go to the vanishing point from the corners to the dot. And it says never go through the shape. So in other words, I didn't connect this corner to that dot because that would be going through the front of the shape. Okay, same with that corner right there. Okay, we can't draw that one because it would be cutting through our square. We don't want that. All right, so now it's time to actually put my words into practice. So what you're going to do here is you're going to look for the corners that can be connected to the dot, the vanishing point, in each geometric shape. These are squares and rectangles on this page. So I'm going to start with this one. I know that that corner right there can get connected to it. Notice I'm using a ruler. That's very important. I can see that this corner can get connected to it. And I can see that this corner can get connected to it. But that corner up there, that one we can't connect to that dot because we'd be drawing through our square, and we don't want to do that. Okay, I'm going to do two more. You will be responsible for doing the rest of them. Now, because this one is sitting over the vanishing point, we only have to do two corners. This one we can't do, and that one we can't do. So this one's good. Anytime something's directly above, below, or next to the vanishing point, you're only going to do the two corners. Like that. Okay, so you're responsible for doing all of these the same way I just did those three. The triangles. I'm going to do a couple of these for you. Okay, I'm going to start with this one right here. I can see that this corner can get connected to the dot. And so can this one. And let's see about this one. Yes, I can do that one too. So that one has 3. Now let's try this one. All right, that one looks like we can connect it. That one's good. That one is no good because we'd have to be drawing through the triangle and we don't want to do that. So this one's finished. I'm going to do one more. 1, 2, and 3. So that one has 3. So you're responsible for doing all of these on this page. Now we're going to get to our geometric shapes that don't really have a name, like a triangle or a square or a diamond or a trapezoid. Okay? These are a little bit more difficult, but it's still the same idea. So I'm going to start with the hardest one on the page. I think it's probably this one. So you're just going to look for all the corners that can get connected to that dot. Notice how I'm holding my ruler for all of this? My fingers are in the middle of the ruler so it doesn't move. We don't want any curves or crooked lines for this. Okay, so I've done these corners. That one I can't do. Oh, no good, because you'd be drawing through the front of the shape. Now this one, it almost looks like it's already connected, doesn't it? So we don't need to do that one either. All right, let's try another one. We will try this one. 1, and 2, 3, and there you go. Can't do any of the ones back here because we'd be drawing through the shape. And if you do this right, all these shapes should look like they're exploding out towards you. That's what makes them look 3D, because now we can see the tops and sides instead of just a flat shape. So please finish the rest of these as well. Then, this is the one where you have to draw stuff on your own. It says on this page, please draw the following shapes. Use a ruler. A square, a triangle, a diamond, a rectangle, a parallelogram, and a trapezoid. Then connect the correct corners to the VP. And I also have it in Spanish for you right here. So, you can put these wherever you want. So first you're going to draw a square as best as you can. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. And then a diamond. A rectangle. A parallelogram. So those are a little weird. They look like this. And a trapezoid. A trapezoid is a shape where the top is flat and the bottom is flat, but the bottom is bigger than the top. So like that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shapes going around the dot, not too close to them. Okay. Then go ahead and start connecting the corners that you think can go to the vanishing point. Sometimes there might only be 2. See so far? These guys have been pretty easy. I can't connect the rest of the stuff because I'd be drawing through my shape. Yeah, no good. So those 2 are done. That was easy. And then the rectangle is just like the ones you've been doing, at least where I put it. Remember, you can put them wherever you want as long as they are not close to the dot. Diamond. There's 1, 2, 3, and I can't do that one. And then my square. 1, 2, and 3. So there are all the guidelines that go to the dot, and now my shapes look like they are exploding out from the middle of the page. Once you have finished, double check that you have written your name and your section. So whatever section you are, 6'3", 6'9", 6'7", whatever, okay? Please put that there and then put it in the finished work bin.